Hey everybody, it's Craig and I'm here with another Pocketnow face-off. This time Apple's iPhone 4S versus Motorola's Droid Bionic. Alright, let's fire up our Pocketnow face-off between Apple's iPhone 4S and Motorola's Droid Bionic. Before we get to it, I want to thank the folks over at Best Buy Mobile for setting me up with the Motorola Droid Bionic. If you're in need of a smartphone, make sure you stop by Best Buy Mobile. Alright, let's kick it off. Apple's iPhone 4S weighs in at 140 grams. Sports a 3.5-inch TFT backlit LCD display. Resolution is 640 by 960. The display itself is scratch resistant. Upper left center, you've got a front-facing VGA camera for video calls, and below the display, one physical home key. On the back, 8-megapixel camera, autofocus LED flash, video capture, 1080p. Battery, 1430 milliamp hour battery rated at 8 hours of talk time. Up on top, 3.5mm headphone jack along with the power and lock key. On the right hand side is the cover for the SIM card slot. On the bottom you have a microphone, a speaker, as well as support for charging, syncing, and transferring data. On the left hand side you've got two volume buttons, one up, one down, obviously, and one mute switch. Easy for me to say. Alright, Motorola Droid Bionic weighs in at 158.8 grams to be exact. 4.3-inch TFT capacitive display, touchscreen display, resolution QHD 540 by 960. Offers Gorilla Glass. Upper left center, again, front-facing VGA camera for video calls, and below the display, 4 touch-sensitive keys: main menu key, home key, back key, and search key. On the back, again, an 8-megapixel camera, again with autofocus, this time dual LED flash, video capture against 1080p. Battery, you've got a 1735 milliamp hour battery rated at 10 hours and 40 minutes of talk time. Up on top, power and lock key, 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right hand side, volume rocker. On the bottom, on the back, is a microphone, one of two. And on the left hand side, HDMI port as well as a micro USB port. The phone speaker is down here in the lower right hand corner. Alright, let's talk about what powers these bad boys. iPhone 4S, you've got Apple's A5 1GHz dual-core processor. On the Droid Bionic, it's Texas Instruments 1GHz dual-core processor. As far as internal storage, iPhone 4S comes in 3 versions, 16, 32, and 64 gigabytes of internal storage. The Droid Bionic comes with 16 gigabytes of internal storage as well as a pre-installed 16 gigabyte micro SD card. The iPhone 4S has 512 megabytes of RAM. The Droid Bionic has 1 gigabyte of RAM. Both offer Wi-Fi 802.11b, G, and N. The Droid Bionic also has support for DLNA. Bluetooth on the iPhone 4S only went out there 4.0 with support for A2DP. The Droid Bionic has version 2.1 with support for A2DP. Both offer GPS with support for AGPS. Both phones can be used as Wi-Fi hotspots. Operating system on Apple's iPhone 4S is iOS 5. On the Droid Bionic, it's Android 2.3.4 Gingerbread. UI on the iPhone 4S, I'm going to call it iOS 5, and on the Droid Bionic, I'm going to call it Moto Blur. I'm assuming that's the flavor of the month. Next up, what do you say we run our unofficial speed test and close down all the apps running on the iPhone 4S. And apparently there were just a few, huh? And then after this is done, we'll get to, I downloaded Advanced Task Killer on the Droid Bionic. So we'll go in here, it should be right up there, it is. And we'll kill selected task, go back to the home screen. All right, let's kick this off with the calendar. And again, I'll try and be as close as I can, but obviously I'm not perfect. That definitely seemed to be the Droid Bionic. Let's try Gmail on both. That was difficult for me to tell. I think it might have been the iPhone 4S. Let's go to Maps on both. Definitely the iPhone 4S. I'm not quite sure what the Bionic is up to. There it goes. So it's definitely the iPhone 4S. Let's try Contacts on both. That was definitely the Droid Bionic. Let's go to the Gallery on both. I don't have a much in either one. That looked like it was the Bionic was a bit quicker. Let's try the Markets on both. Again, they're both different, but let's give them a shot. And that was definitely the Droid Bionic. What haven't I done? Let's try messaging on both. That was definitely the Droid Bionic. All right, now let's give it a big third-party challenge. Let's go over to Netflix. I've got them both running off the same Wi-Fi network. And let's spin a TV show. And so far it looks like definitely the iPhone 4S is loaded up quicker and good to go. So won that portion of our speed test. Now let's load the video. MI5, which I'm thoroughly addicted to. And let's see if we can load that up and spool it up first. And it looks like the Droid Bionic is going to cover that part of it. There we go, we've got both of them running. Take a quick look at the qualities of the screen. Again, you've got two very, very nice displays here. All right, that's a look at our unofficial speed test. Next up, artificial intelligence. Text Craig, message, see you at Starbucks tomorrow at 4 ?
Here's your message to Craig Gillespie.
Listen to Michael Jackson.
Sorry, I couldn't find Michael Jackson in your music.
Meeting with Bob next Wednesday at 5 p.m.
I didn't find any meetings for this Wednesday at 5 p.m. with Bob. Shall I create it?
Yes.
Okay, your meeting with Bob is scheduled for this Wednesday.
What is 20% of 585 divided by 12?
Checking on that for you. Okay, here you go.
You can see they both came up with the correct answer. Navigate to Starbucks.
I found 14 places matching Starbucks. Here are directions to Starbucks.
Head southwest on St. Croix Court toward Bayport Way.
Set an alarm for 1 hour from now.
I've set an alarm for 1:06 p.m.
All right, let's try a little gaming on both. And here we go, iPhone 4S. Again, remember I'm doing this for camera or around it, so. Oh, took him down. Oh, I'm out of control. I'm back. Oh, I was. Yeah, I took a few people down with me, all right. That was the iPhone 4S. Droid Bionic up next. Ooh, a little bath. Alrighty, let's wrap up today's Pocketnow face-off between Apple's iPhone 4S and Motorola's Droid Bionic with our browser comparison. Got them both running off the same Wi-Fi network, cache and history. Easy for me to say. It's been cleared on both, and I do not have flash enabled on the Motorola Droid Bionic. And we'll start this off. We'll head over to Engadget, and I'll try and get this as close as I can, and they're off. Looks like the iPhone 4S is serious about winning this. Here comes the Droid Bionic. And it is the iPhone 4S is done. And is our winner. Very smooth. Droid Bionic has just finished as well. And it's not quite as smooth at the beginning, but once you get it rolling, it is very smooth. Let's find something we can look at on both. Here we go. Let's double tap to zoom in. Give you a look at the text on both. Again, two very, very nice displays, both very sensitive to touch, as you can see here. They both offer pinch to zoom. One of the nice things is on the Droid Bionic, you can double tap and rewrap the text so that you can read it with the display. Double tapping on the iPhone 4S will simply zoom you back out. And we'll zoom all the way back out. Any rendering issues on either one? Looks like both of them handled it very, very well. No problems. All right. What do you say we head over to the mothership? Let's go to Bookmarks, and where are we? I want there, smartphone reviews, and we're off. So far, the iPhone 4S was quickest. I'm guessing they'll both go to the mobile site, and again, the iPhone 4S was the quicker to the mobile site. Let's go to the full desktop, and we're off. Good clean start. See who takes this. And again, it looks like it's going to be the iPhone 4S. Here comes the Droid Bionic. What's it going to be? Who's it going to be, excuse me? iPhone 4S says it's done here, but it's still loading up here at the top, as you can see. And it is done. Yes, it's done. And again, very smooth, no problems. And Droid Bionic just finished. And again, a little sticky, not as smooth as the iPhone 4S. Let's double tap to zoom in. And again, you can see when it zooms in, it's not quite as smooth. What do you say we open up this and see who takes that? So far, it's the iPhone 4S is our winner as far as from a speed standpoint, and also user standpoint, it is a bit smoother. Let's see, iPhone 4S is still running up here at the top. Droid Bionic is still loading as well. And the Droid Bionic actually took that one. Again though, not as smooth as the iPhone 4S. So there's a look at our browser comparison for our Pocketnow face-off. This is Craig for Pocketnow. I hope that's been helpful. Don't forget to stick around. I'll have the video comparison coming up directly after this. Take care.